Every time we enter a social event, we come into it with a point of view. You can't help it. You've got an investment in it. And that point of view colours how you think from within the situation and how you see yourself engaged within the situation. Dylan Thomas has said it perfectly when he says, the undertaker measures with his eyes the passers-by for shrouds. He carries his work with him, and that is exactly what frame is. If you walk into a building, if we all walk into a building, we'll probably notice quite different things because of what we carry round with us. I don't visualise policemen as my mortal enemy, but I often work with children who do. So we're walking along and here's a policeman and we have a totally different entry into the social event. Whether the policeman just passes us by is not doing it. It's what goes on in here. So what we're saying in this sort of work is that instead of saying, come to school as a student and you'll be a pupil all day, and when school closes you'll be you again, living your life, what we're saying is we can artificially shift the point of view from which they'll do some study. And it's done entirely by contract. Would you agree that I'm a librarian this morning and I'm going to work like I'm a librarian? And would you agree to be librarians in my library, in our library it would be? Now that is an artificial contract for getting a shift. They may say yes, but they can't carry it out if you don't sustain it. So it's the kind of language and the kind of way you sign the whole classroom area that changes this from calling it a school project where there's still students and calling it rolling roll, where they are constantly empowered to sustain a point of view. Now this empowerment we have to endow them with, and we can't just paint it on. It's earned by our relationship with them, and it's earned by the way we signal the classroom is now not a place for students and a teacher, but it's an endeavour we're engaged in. Now the simplest way to do it is to make the contract. Would you agree with me that if I unroll this scroll, we could be in a room where we've got to try and sort out what the hell meant it all means? They'll go along with it because it'll be interesting, but it is sustained by the way we constantly use our own voice, tongue, language to equalise responsibility. Rigour, responsibility are two of the important elements in this. Realisation comes when you feel they need to show themselves how clever they've been with what they've done. You realise what we've just done here.